doing on the program is really not in your program. So if you don't have a program, it's okay. I have the privilege of introducing to you tonight an unknown group who love the Hewitts, obviously, or they wouldn't have the privilege of being on this stage in this part of the program. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Lightning Sisters.
The Lightning Sisters and Barry and Marie. We love Bill and Jean so much. They've done so much for all of us. I know when I've been on the road, I've stayed at their house. They welcome me. I've picked with Bill. So we're going to play the saddest song you ever heard.
And I'm gonna add something. I've known Bill and Jean since I was a hoodlum youngster. So this is very appropriate, I think.
It really is.
Because Barry's out on work release, so we were allowed to do the festival. Observe the strange instrument that Barry is playing. Well, I wish I had a money tree grown in my backyard. If I had a money tree, I wouldn't have to work so hard. I'd like a set of fancy wheels setting in my drive. If I had those fancy wheels, I'd drive through town tonight. Money tree, fancy wheels, money tree. That's all right for me. That's all right for me. Well, I'd like a brand new freezer, so cold and icy blue. When I rest against that chest, I remember you. Got a double-barrel shotgun, got a double-toed black cat. Keep me real good company, who can argue that? Deep freeze shotgun, deep freeze. That's all right for me, that's all right for me. I'd like a growling junkyard dog as mean could be. I'd like a growling junkyard dog if only it would love me. See, I'd set him on my front door map that says, hey, go away. I'd set him on my front door map, make sure you don't stay. Growling junkyard dog, mean could be. Growling junkyard dog, that's a dog for me, that's a dog for me. I would not wish for so much if so much had not gone wrong. If you'd have been, but then again, I'm right where I belong. Don't need no sugar daddy grinning through his teeth. Don't need no sugar daddy, all I need's that money tree. I wish I had a money tree grown in my backyard. If I had a money tree, I wouldn't have to work so hard. We love you.
now it's my honor to introduce to you the grand poobah herself, Margaret Longhill.
Isn't this just great? And I tell you something, Gene and Bill have given us something even better than a money tree. They gave us years of that newsletter that helped us define who we are. They worked hard with that cloth booth that helped us to share who we are, everybody else. And I thought it might be, I thought this would apply to you all. It's what Will McLean always ended his programs with. And because Gene and Bill are this, I would just like to say, my soul is a hawk. I am but returned from the place the Indians call land where the wind is born. Into the upper spaces of the sky soar I. The beauty of Florida below me, as thermal air currents send their songs through my wing feathers. And I float in ever widening circles, yellow eyes piercing with rapture. The blues, the gold, and the faint pinks of sunset. And I see in the far, far distance my haven, the old dead tree where I find my soul is a hawk.
Gene and Bill Hewitt. I know what they're thinking right now. Aw, shucks. Gene and Bill, we all give thanks to know you and to have your love in our lives. For it is dedicated people like you who tireless commitment to help others and makes us realize our potential and lets us fly effortlessly. You are the wind beneath our wings. Must have been cold there in the fall booth to never have sunlight on your face. You were content to toe the line, that's your way. You always watched us from behind. We were the ones with all the glory, while you were the ones with all the strength. Beautiful faces always there, yes you are. There's never a doubt you really care. Did you ever know that you're our heroes?
might have appeared to go unnoticed, but we hold you right here in our hearts. We want you to know we know the truth, of course we know. We just couldn't make it without you. Did you ever know that you're our heroes? And everything we wish we could be. You make us fly high with the eagles. You are the wind beneath our wings.
Finally finding this peace, because this weather has been perfect, hasn't it? Even to the point of raining at night so that we can get it all over with and have a beautiful, beautiful day. Well, I just, again, want to welcome you to the 11th Annual Will McLean Festival. And I want to explain again, to some people that sounds a little bit strange because Will has just barely been dead 10 years. But I remember very clearly the first get-together that we all had at the center in Gainesville just a month or two after he died. Tears were shed at that celebration. And that was the first celebration of the Will McLean Festival. So it's just marvelous how it has grown every year, new artists, new wonderful, wonderful people. We are especially honored today Wayne Martin with us, who is the past chairman of the Friends of the Folk Life Council, Florida Folk Life Council. And, you know, when we get here in this gorgeous Florida environment, hearing this wonderful talent, I think we get a picture of the overall, kind of start encompassing how much good this is doing everywhere, and I think Wayne's going to give us a few words on that. So I would like for all of you to welcome Wayne Martin.
Thank you. How y'all doing this morning? Sort of early. I've knew Will for a long time and always enjoyed getting together with Will. Will was from the same part of the state I'm from, up in the Panhandle. But one thing I really remember about Will is a story that Don Grooms told. I used to work for Don quite a bit at the festivals, playing fiddle for him. But Don said that one time Will had come into a little bit of money, and he wanted to encourage Don to write songs about Florida. And so he went over to Don's house and said, Don, you need to quit your job. I'm going to write you a check here so that you can live on this, and you need to spend your time writing songs about Florida. So he wrote Don out a check for $3,000, gave it to him, said, now that's yours, and you need to write some good Florida songs. Well, Don knew Will pretty good, and he said, you know what, Will, I'm just going to hold this check a while. I'm just going to put it in this drawer here in the kitchen, and in case you change it. Oh, no, that's your money. No, sir, you spend it. You write good Florida songs. So Will left, and Don said about 2 days later he dropped back by. And he said, you know, Don, $3,000 is a lot of money, and but you could write a lot of songs on $2,000, couldn't you? And Don said, yeah, that'd be fine. So they tore up the first check, and he wrote him another one for $2,000. Don said, I'm going to put it in this drawer here. Well, no, sir, that's your money now. I want you to write some good Florida songs. So about 2 days later, Will was back. You know, Don, I've run into some expenses I didn't know that I was going to have, and $1,000 would still get you by for a while until I could maybe do a little better later on. That's fine, Will. So they tore up that check, and he wrote him another one for $1,000. 2 days later, Will was back. Will said, you know, Grooms, you just can't put a price on friendship. So they tore up the check, and that was the end of it. And I used to enjoy Don telling that. And it's good to be here and see all our friends again. And on behalf of the Florida Folklife Council, we're always happy to see these types of events around the state of Florida that celebrate the folk life of Florida. And that's really what Will was trying to do in the songs that he wrote, the poems he wrote. He was trying to communicate with the generations in the future what Florida really is. So I hope you'll enjoy yourself here today and have a big time and come back next year again. Thank you.
Oh, I love that story about Will. You know, I feel like when a person dies, we kind of think it dishonors them to tell all of the stories about them. And when we're here with so many people who actually knew Will, and Wayne knew Will, I think we're dishonoring them if we don't tell all of the stories about them, the good and the bad. And of course, we know from Will's talent the fantastically good stories, his marvelous ability to get that love of Florida across to other people, to get his love of music, to inspire the people that he inspired to pick up an instrument and start playing, or to start exercising their own natural talent. But I'll tell you what I would love to do someday is sit in a circle of people who tell some of the real stories about Will McLean, and I know a few, and they are just, that's the real Will. He was such a fantastic person, but what Wayne just said is so true. He would say, have all these great, wonderful things he's going to do, then he'd get home and start thinking about them, maybe have a nip or two, and then, you know, his good intentions would start backing off. And I think that's the real Will McLean, and a real person, a real great guy. This morning, we're starting off with a beautiful talent that I just met. Her name is Fran Hughes, and she comes from a marvelous little place called Marble Hill, Georgia. It's just north of Alpharetta, just north of Atlanta. And she and her husband, Tim, are on this gorgeous farm that I visited this past summer. And it's just cut right out of the North Georgia hills. They have horses, and they do so much good with people who have emotional or learning disabilities. People come to interact with the horses and the animals there and do so much good. I believe this is Fran's first public appearance. I'm not sure about that. We'll let her tell you. But she's going to be accompanied by one of my very special people, John Sims. So I would love to have you bring on, with a big round of applause, this beautiful young lady, Fran Hughes. I forgot all my duties. I'm supposed to stay up here and keep talking until they get set up. But I have plenty to say. One of the wonderful things, I don't know if y'all have seen that beautiful handcrafted dulcimer. It is being raffled off this afternoon. It's $1 a chance, 6 chances for $5, and it's right over at the Foth tent. So if you have a chance, get over there and see it. And be sure and take plenty of chances on it. You ready? Here they are.
Mark, are you recording? Okay. Silk and satin, champagne and wine, thoughts of you are running through my mind. Well, I can't forget you. God knows I've go. Well, you said you found another and you had to leave me, and you thought I should know. Well, you don't know how I love you, you don't know how you care, you don't know how I need you, believe me, oh yeah. Please, please, baby, won't you come back home? I need you, I want you, I can't let go. But only silk and satin, champagne and wine, thoughts of you are running through my mind. But I can't forget you, God knows I've tried. Silk and satin are all you left behind. Silk and satin, champagne and wine, thoughts of you are running through my mind. But I can't forget you, God knows I've tried. Silk and satin are all you left behind.
I'm unplugging, Mark. You done made me mad, man. I'm leaving.
Next song I'm going to do, I wrote several years ago for a good friend of mine, and I was driving in my car down the road, and God sent this message to me, so I'd like to share it with you. It's called Servant's Prayer. Hear me, Father, show me the way. Send down your angels, help me make it one more day. Give me the answer, please hear my prayer. Let me be your humble servant. You just lead and I'll be there. Give me the longing to serve. Lead me to the wandering who are searching in this world. Let me light the pathway so that others may see. Speak to me, dear Spirit, for only you can set me free. Let me be your humble servant. Help me trust and obey. Hear me, Father, show me your way. Let me be your humble servant. You just lead, I'll obey. Thank you. This next song is also a gospel song that I wrote several years ago, and it's called Coming Home. Holy Father, watch over me. Holy Father, watch over me. You give me strength when I am weak. Holy Father,
made a place where I belong. Holy Father, Lord, I'm coming home. Holy Father, Lord, please bring me home.
Thank you very much.